Welcome back, everybody. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you how I worked on restoring this little side table over the course of a weekend. This is a fantastic beginner-friendly project for anyone looking to restore or refinish furniture. Let's jump on in.
My name is Katarina, and I live in a small town in beautiful northern Alberta. I restore and refinish furniture, both for myself and for clients. Welcome to my shop.
When I'm working on a project, whether it be big or small, I like to take everything apart as best I can. And I do this for a couple of reasons. One, it allows me to really establish what repairs need to be made, gives me a really great advantage in terms of when I'm cleaning the piece, and overall, it lets me learn a lot about the piece and what needs to be done to it. As a side note, if something is in really good shape structurally when it comes to me, I don't actually take too much of it apart. I try to only focus on the things that need repair at that point. The next step is to remove this failing finish, and my go-to for this is to use my carbide scrapers. Now, the finish on this is most likely either a shellac or a lacquer. It is recommended that when you are removing any type of finish on any surface, always protect your lungs and put on a mask. When working on any piece of furniture, if you don't know what kind of surface you're working on, if it's a veneer or solid wood, it is always best to either begin the process with scraping using a carbide scraper such as I'm doing here, or stripping with either a chemical stripper or another eco-friendly type stripper. Never begin your project working with sanding unless you absolutely 100% know that you are working with solid wood. Okay, so a piece of the veneer popped off. Obviously gives me a really good opportunity to show you what is underneath there. So I was right, it is a pressed board, a particle board, sandwiched between two veneer. So this popped off, so I'm not going to do anything other than just glue that back on. First, I'm going to scrape this before I glue it. And the reason I do this is so that way there's no leftover glue residue on the particle board and the piece that has fallen off. So everything is nice and clean and ready to be reapplied with new glue. You always will sit right here. When this is all dried, I will come back down. Okay, so that's how you repair that, and I will do that to any of the other corners or any other veneer that is lifted as well. I'll go and repair that as well. On to the next part of this project. It is quite common for these types of little side tables to be veneer topped and have solid wood legs. So knowing this, I have already scraped off the old finish, and I'm going to now go ahead and sand the legs to a 180 finish. I started at 120 grit and then worked my way up to my finishing sand of 180. To achieve a flawless finish, always hand sand using your highest finishing grit. This will help remove any marks left over by the sander and smooth out the grain in preparation for stain. When I am sanding a surface that has veneer, I'm very careful about how long I stay on one spot with my sander. I am constantly moving my sander in the direction of the grain, so that way I'm not sticking around in one spot for too long, increasing the possibility of burning through the very thin veneer. Once everything has been sanded, I will then go over the entire piece and wipe off all the dust with mineral spirits. I use mineral spirits because 1, it will not raise the grain, and 2, it does an absolutely fantastic job at cleaning and preparing the surface for stain. Now, my plan for this piece is to just top coat the entire piece because I love the natural wood color, this dark wood color here. So this is just going to get top coated. I'm really not super great at determining my wood types yet. I'm still learning. So if you know what wood this is, please feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section. This is very light. Same with that leg, the legs over there. It's fairly light. So I have a long way to go to get from that color to this color. But a tip, in order to figure out what colors to use some mineral spirits, wipe down your surface so this is all nice and clean so you can see what the color is going to be. So this has an orange tone to it, which is very different from here. So I will have to use a stain to color match up to the color that I plan on top coating. Once I top coat, this is the color it's going to be, but that's not going to match. So I have some color work to do on the base here and on the legs. So to begin, I'm going to tape off the areas that I am not initially top coating. These lighter pieces of wood I will be staining to match the final look when I've applied the top coat on the top part of this piece. And once that top coat has dried, I can then go and remove the tape off of the lighter areas of wood and apply stains to color match the top of the table. In this case, I ended up using 2 different colors, a dark walnut and a red mahogany, simply because when I applied the top coat, it brought out a reddish tone, and I wanted to bring that in to the other pieces as well. Okay, so this is what we're at so far. Not too bad of a color match there. Still a couple things I need to fix. A couple boo-boos, some corners, things like that. A common complaint that I see all the time and hear all the time from many people is my wood filler is not accepting stain, even though it says that it can be stained. To avoid this issue, I complete my repairs after I've done my color work and have a single layer of top coat on my project. This way I know exactly what colors I'm supposed to be using to fill any of the dings and dents that are there in my project. In this scenario, I've opted to use wax fill sticks, so that way I can do the repair work and then continue on with my project by top coating and being finished with it. Using wax is really simple. It's very user friendly. It comes in a variety of colors. Always start with the lighter color and build on top of that. Allow the wax to melt into the area of concern, let it cool for a couple of seconds, and then scrape off the excess using the scraper tool. Using wax, it's not designed to do major repair work. It's really for those fine details where you're finished the vast majority of the work and you just have to complete some minor repair work. I think I did a fairly good job at matching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. How did I do? Did I get it right? I love sharing my projects with you. If you'd like to support me, please go ahead and buy me a coffee. Links are in the description below. You can also please subscribe, like, and comment. I hope you enjoyed this restoration as much as I did. See you guys all on the next video, and feel free to check out some other videos. See you all soon.